My life wasn't a box of chocolates. I have had my fair share of problems which I had to face in order to survive. I must say, though, it all is very confusing. Hey there, my name is Akin. I was born as the 5th child in a family of 9 siblings. We weren't always poor. We were living a pretty normal life in Canada until my dad passed away and we had to move to a village in Africa since we didn't have anywhere else to go. No money, no place to stay, nothing. We went to my mom's hometown in Africa. Before we continue, please consider subscribing to my channel. We had to struggle each day in order to survive. We were not able to adjust to this lifestyle quickly. Instead, it was always hard to accept this place as a home. Everyone living here was struggling very hard like us. I sometimes wished that it all could be different and all the people around me lived a different life in which they had all the luxury they needed. I hated seeing them suffer so much. When I was a child, it was not possible for us to have 2 meals a day. Sometimes we had to sleep on an empty stomach. My mom worked all day in the house. As she had 9 children to take care of on her own, she now had the responsibilities of my father. All the people doubted her and called her names that she will never be able to handle anything without her husband. But my mom managed it all and didn't listen to others. I had 2 sisters who also helped around the house. Although my mom was working very hard to provide for us, it wasn't enough. We all were malnourished, but we couldn't complain. Looking at my mom's struggles, I was able to learn from them. I learned values of hard work, perseverance from her. We were not eligible to have clean drinking water in our village, which caused health problems in my family and in many others. My youngest sister, who was a baby, started showing severe symptoms of hepatitis A, and we were not able to treat or take her to the hospital, so she didn't make it. I never went to school, but as I grew older, I learned much from my relatives. They worked in coal mines all day, and they traded goods like sugar and rice, which made them some amount of money for their family. I also started working at the coal mines. It was a difficult job. We had to work in hazardous conditions, but it was okay since I was earning doing that and started providing my family. Now finally my siblings were eating and living well because of me. I was glad. Although our struggles were not completely over, there were still many people who were suffering worse than us. I wanted to help them in however way I could. I hated the life when me and my siblings had to go to bed on an empty stomach and they would cry. I worked hard to better myself and the life around me. I earned money through working at the mines. I gave some money to the villagers so they could put it on good use. Their lives were getting better right before my eyes. Years passed and I transformed from a skinny boy into a young man. Although I always had the responsibilities of an adult and everyone expected a lot from me and I delivered. Now as I was an adult, my good looks were started to show. I was becoming more handsome day by day. My looks were above average and a lot of girls started falling for me. My mom even advised me to become a model because I was really good looking. She said to go to us and make my life better. But nah, I never thought of it that way. I didn't want to leave my family alone. One fateful evening, as I was returning from the mines, a car pulled up beside me in the dusty road. Men in suits stepped out. Their presence was very different to the simplicity of our village. I watched them walk with a curiosity and wariness, unsure of their intentions. I never saw this kind of people visiting us before. They went to the mines and started chatting with people, asking them all sort of questions. One of them started walking in my direction and approached me. The unfamiliarness in his eyes was very uncomfortable.
My name is David. I'm a representative of a company called Novagenics. We are looking for someone that represents the raw vitality of Africa. The campaign is about showcasing the strength and beauty of the land through its people. Would you be interested? What is your name?
I stood there in shock that this foreigner wanted something from me. Me, a village boy, becoming a face for a company. It seemed unfathomable, almost surreal. I'm Akin, sir.
Excellent. So will you come with us?
I don't know, but it felt like David saw something in me that day which I couldn't see myself. He spoke of a world beyond the confines of our village, a world that held opportunities beyond my wildest dreams. And he chose me. I couldn't believe that it was real. Was my life really about to change? I had dreams, but they were simple: of having enough to eat, of easing the burden on my mom's shoulders, of ensuring my siblings and everyone in it had a chance for a better life. But this was too much. Was this a sign from God? I accept your offer. This was a very big opportunity just right here at my doorstep. Although it would mean that I would be away from my family, I didn't want that to happen, but this was too good to decline. This could change our lives for the better. I returned home and told my family that I was going to America. My mom was very happy for me. My siblings also hugged me. They were proud of me. I packed my things, said goodbye to them, and went to David's car and left. As we were moving further and further and further and further away from the village, I started to feel sad. This was my home, and I will come back to make it better. The transition from the village to the bustling city was overwhelming. I've only been to the city when I was a kid. I forgot how it was like. People rushing from one place to another, cars, sounds, and everything was just moving too fast. These people did not have problems like my own. Most of them were worried what restaurant they should visit next. I expressed my gratitude to the people who brought me to the land of opportunities. The company that had singled me out for their campaign. They offered me to live in a nice room which was bigger than my home. I was in shock that such things existed. It had everything I needed there. I lied down on the bed. But my family was not once out of my mind. I was thinking about them all the time. Motivational groomed me, taught me the nuances of posing, speaking, and presenting myself. It was a transformation, not just in appearance, but in demeanor. A village boy to a polished representation of Africa's vigor and strength. I was a completely different person now. I could hardly recognize myself. I sent the money I made to my family. Each photo shoot, each interview, each appearance brought me closer to a reality I had only glimpsed in my wildest dreams. I became a face, my face gracing billboards, magazines, and screen. People recognized me not as Akin from the village, but as a symbol of something greater, something aspirational. People were inspired from me. Success isn't just a goal. It's a journey, and in my case, my journey was about learning and adapting while staying true to who I am, even when everything around me was changing. Even when I felt like I didn't belong, I did my best and pushed forward, and I was rewarded back. After I had done enough in my career, I decided to return home after 5 years. The villagers hosted a big party for my return. They were happy that I was back. Seeing my mom and siblings happy made me feel successful. This is the true success. I built well-organized water system in my villages. I created industries to help the people, and life was looking great for them. I started projects and helped with education and ways of living that protect our environment in my village. I built hospitals. I wanted to make things easier for those who dreamed big. I became a link between two different worlds, speaking up for people whose voices usually aren't heard once like mine. My story is about being strong and grabbing a chance to make my life extraordinary. It shows that no matter where you start, being determined and believing in yourself shapes your journey. I got married here to the most beautiful woman and the love of my life. Built a house for me and my future kids. Life is pretty perfect. My siblings are also working now and earning themselves. I helped a lot of people, gave them opportunities they never had, and I am grateful that they are happy and living better without having struggles. If you want a change in your life, be that change. No one else is going to come and help you. Be who you want to be. Try fixing what is bothering you. Try fixing what is bothering you. Try looking around your life. What needs changing? What are others experiencing? What do you need to do? Learn. Be strong. You can make it just like I did and like many others before me. Believe in yourself. If no one else does, then you are already halfway there. Don't give up. Keep up with life, and you will surely get to your destination. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this one, please click below to watch my other videos